Hello and welcome to the 49th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, along with our co-host, Jordan.
That's me, baby.
That's him. Jordan.
Yeah.
Remind everyone where they can go find this podcast that's not YouTube.
So say you want to listen on a platform that is not YouTube, we can be found natively in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, and my favorite podcast app, Podcast. And as always, link down below is the RSS feed. You can import that into your favorite media consumption app. And if you want to contact us directly, you can do so via the comment section on YouTube or email at synapsemisfire@pm.me. That is synapsemisfire, the name of the podcast, at pm.me. Send your comments, questions, concerns, and death threats, and we will read them off on the show.
Jordan, what happens if there's ever a day where Pocket Cast is not your favorite podcasting app?
Then I have to publicly redact the statement, I guess.
Redact all 49 times you said the statement now?
Yeah, basically.
Damn.
Just have to redact it. I'll have to make a public announcement video, a public apology. I'll do one of those YouTube apologies.
A public apology, it's like you start crying on camera.
I didn't know what I was thinking at the time.
I don't know, man. It was a lapse in judgment, man.
And I'm usually smarter than this, and my mom would be so disappointed in me.
I'm usually smarter than this.
You know? So, there you go. There you go. That will be... Look out for that coming to you eventually. If there's ever a competitor that I'm like... Bruh,
Pocket Cast 2.
Oh, no. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Or Cast's Pocket.
Ooh.
It's just the opposite. Instead of podcast, it's just, what's the opposite of a podcast?
I guess it'd be a video only with no audio.
Video with just audio. It's just a really long silent film.
Basically, yeah. A subtitled video would be kind of the opposite of a podcast, I suppose. Or
It's content for the deaf.
Basically, yeah. There you go. How do you consume your deaf casts?
Deaf casts.
Deaf casts. God damn. Are we offensive? Is that offensive? I don't think so.
If there's any deaf people in the audience, let us know.
They listen only on YouTube, but instead they use the auto-generated subtitles, and all they hear is
auto-generated subtitles. So they only have like a 40% idea of what we're saying.
Especially on these virtual ones, probably.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Oh man, that's funny as shit. But what do we got to talk about today, Chris? What have you been up to in the last 48 seconds? We were still talking via the power of the internet while I was doing laundry. So
This is true. Jordan, you did your laundry. I was thinking. We started going over the Steam Summer Sale a little bit in the last one. But did you get anything other than the two games you mentioned?
I have not yet, but I'm looking potentially into acquiring the Outer Wilds for the first time in forever.
Outer Wilds. That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
It's just like I've played it a little bit, but it's just like definitely interesting, but kind of difficult to wrap your head around sometimes.
Yeah. I want to try the Outer Wilds, and there's have you ever heard of Green Hell, the survival game?
I saw it in my Steam recommended thing, but I don't know what it is.
It's just like another game like The Forest, but it has a story behind it.
The Forest has a story too.
Yeah, this is more of like a linear trajectory story, not quite like The Forest. And that is on a sale. I did play it when it first came out, but now it has some actual story elements, and I was going to pick it up, but it is getting ported to the Quest 2 in the coming months, so I think I'm just going to wait for that.
Interesting.
It's also a co-op game, just like The Forest as well. So I'd say it's like The Forest, but it's a more realistic version.
I see.
But yeah, that was basically it. There was nothing else.
The Forest is super interesting. It's like you become the monster at the end, really.
Yeah, I can't wait for The Forest 2 as well.
But I ended up picking up a game A few games. I've picked up 4 so far.
4.
Because I'm a lot more careful with picking what games I buy these days.
Yeah.
So I bought My Summer Car. That wasn't actually on sale.
You just
paid full price for it. But My Summer Car is like this weird, like, Finnish simulator type thing. And basically it's like you're dropped into this world which is like 1990s rural Finland. And you're given the shell of a car and every part you need to make it work. But there's also like survival elements to it, which is weird.
Interesting.
There's a dedicated button to flip people off. There's a dedicated button to swear at people, and there's a dedicated piss button.
What else do you need?
Yeah, I don't know. You press P for piss, and then it's M for middle finger, N to just it might be N for middle finger, M to just swear. I'm not sure. It's either or. But it's all the actual like voice acting is in Finnish, but it's subtitled in English.
Oh,
and so all the swears don't translate very well.
That's actually hysterical.
So he'll say something and the subtitle will just be like directly translated. It'll be like, "You are dick of pussy" or some shit like that.
You're a dick of ass.
Yeah, some dumb shit like that. And it's all around pretty interesting.
Yeah, it sounds like I've seen it a few times. It sounds like it'd be a cool game. It also sounds like it'd be a cool game for VR.
Yeah, it's just the thing is, it's like it's very janky. It's like a pain in the ass to work around sometimes.
Yeah, you did mention that at one point. It was very unpolished.
Yeah, it's kind of part of the charm, but also it makes the game really frustrating sometimes. So
yeah,
but I also got Raft.
I have played that before, and it does seem cool. I used to love watching YouTubers play that.
I watched it a few times. I'm like, this kind of just looks like a bit like bootleg. I don't like the look of it. And then I watched it a bit more. I'm like, and then I bought it and I played like 45 minutes of it yesterday. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I'll be playing more of it, definitely.
Yeah. That's good though. That's pretty cool. What was the other game as well?
So I bought Scrap Mechanic, which apparently I used to own, and I've played 26 minutes of. And refunded it. But they've added a ton more stuff, so...
Yeah, you reminded me of L.A. Noire, which I mentioned last episode I bought on the Steam sale. Somehow, I downloaded L.A. Noire and it said I hadn't played it or whatever, and then I started it and played for like 25 minutes or whatever, did like the beginning part, and then it jumped up to 7 hours of playtime.
Bro.
So, I don't know how that happened.
And I bought The Long Drive, which looks interesting.
Long Drive? That sounds really familiar.
It's like, hang on, let me go to the store page.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I did watch YouTuber play this game, which it's super buggy, but it seems fucking cool.
Yeah, random generated open world semi-post-apocalyptic survival car driving game. Which sounds kind of right up my alley. It's like everything I like about everything, honestly.
Basically.
Randomly generated open world survival
car.
What's not to like?
Basically, right? I thought you were going to say The Long Dark. I used to really like that game, but I ended up falling off of it hard.
The Long Dark.
It's a survival game. You haven't heard of it? I'm surprised, too. It was a pretty popular one. It's like really realistic survival and shit, and it's hard as fuck.
Oh, you know what? I think I have seen gameplay of this.
There's supposed to be 5 story episodes. Once the 5th one comes out, I'm gonna re-download it and try to play it. I'm actually checking now to see if it has. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, no, it's a really cool game though. Long Dark. You definitely should give it a shot if you haven't. If you're somewhat roughly into survival games, that'll be something cool to look out for. But what? Yeah, you seem to. I see a theme there. You bought like 3 driving games.
I like driving games.
Yeah. Do any of them? Have you played with a wheel or anything?
No, it's definitely not like that kind of driving game.
Gotcha. It's not like a sim.
Yeah, no, not really. It's like there are some sim elements to it, but also not really. The more like sim racing stuff, I don't play a ton of. I have the wheel to play, but I just don't play it a ton, is the thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So it's not something I sink a ton of money into.
I think I wish I had more room, like a slightly longer desk that I could set up and like move some stuff to have a sim wheel set up. But I just hate setting mine up, so I haven't used it since the day I got it.
Simply elongate your desk.
I'm gonna elongate something in a minute.
Yeah, your desk.
Yeah. How'd you know?
Well, because I just told you to do that.
That makes sense.
And you would never not listen to me.
That's true. Not wrong, not wrong. But, yeah, I need to buy more shit in the sale, but I'm just kind of haven't, you know?
Yeah, summer sale is always, like, prime time to buy games, honestly.
Yeah, that's why I bought LA Noire and Sniper Elite, because I've wanted them both for PC for a while, and I got... Sniper Elite 4, for some reason, hasn't dropped in price since 2017. It's $60.
What?
But, yeah, it's still $60 on Steam, so I kind of like how Black Ops 2 is as well. So I got Sniper Elite 2 with the Season Pass for, like, $9 on the sale, and I was like, I can't pass this up. This is the lowest I've seen it go.
Yeah, that's fair. What is... Alright, let me look at this. Hang on.
What is what?
Now that you mention it. Bra. Black Ops 2 is not on sale. It is fucking $59.99.
Yeah, dude, Black Ops 2. You want to buy it?
I would totally buy Black Ops 2 to just play zombies, honestly.
If it was like on sale.
But this game came out 9 years ago, bro.
Mm-hmm.
9 years ago. And it's still $60.
Well, you know what game is on sale that only came out on PC about 2 years ago?
What's that?
Red Dead 2.
Yeah, Red Dead 2 is fucking on sale for like a decent amount
right?
off. Alex actually just bought it.
Did he? Yeah, it's like 33%.
Yeah, we tried to. We had to convince him to get it, but basically
really?
we just bullied him until he bought it.
Why didn't he want to get it?
Because he has it for PS4.
Ah, but it's a much better experience on PC.
That's what I told him. I was like, look, I bought the game twice again. Like I said, I bought the game twice. At full price, both for $60. I bought the game twice, and I feel like I underpaid.
Yeah, I bought it on PS4. I got the Ultimate Edition for like $100 or like $80, whatever it was. Played it, loved it, bought it on PC, literally, right? My reasoning for buying Red Dead 2 was you had just helped me build my PC. I got the 2070, and I was like, I want to see what this can do. And I literally bought Red Dead to benchmark my PC, and in minutes, I was already like, this is so much smoother, so much crisper, so much better on PC. Not that the console version's bad, it's still incredible. But compared to even getting it running at greater than 30 FPS regardless of the settings, dude, it's so much better.
Yeah, honestly, like, I mean, yeah. It's... And the bigger thing is, I wanted to convince him because I want to play Red Dead Online with the boys, just a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I played with my brother. It is a fun time for at least, a couple hours.
Well, no, it's the same reason I would jump into, like, GTA Online, honestly. Is, like, yeah, it's fun for, a little bit, as long as you don't go too hard in the paint, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that made sense. And, that would actually be kind of cool. Play some Red Dead Online. I can't believe
so now we all have the game, so...
Stupid. Like, who would actually just buy Red Dead Online by itself?
Fools.
Like, you shouldn't be allowed to even access Red Dead Online until you beat the main game, or prove that you beat the main game.
Honestly, that is factual.
I don't know, man. That's like even like GTA Online. Unless you've played the main story at least once, you should not be allowed to play GTA Online.
No, I feel like, yeah, you do that, and you boot up GTA Online, and an executive from Rockstar knocks on your door. You answer the door, and he shoots you in the kneecaps.
That would be... He's like, I'm going to blow your kneecaps out, and then you have to sit here and play through the game.
Yeah, exactly. I actually jumped into GTA story mode the other day.
Really?
Like last weekend. And I was like, I got nothing better to do. I just want to play some like GTA story mode, and I'll just play that for a little while. And then I played like half the game.
Jesus.
And then I just haven't touched it in a week.
Yeah, sometimes you get those weird urges. Like I kind of did that with Red Dead 2, to be honest. I'm like halfway through the game. I'm like 40 hours in, and I haven't touched it since, it says March 17th. But I had such a fucking burst of energy to play the game again. When I started playing a couple months back and we talked about it on the show, I like flew through the game. I played it every night for like at least 2 or 3 weeks, and then now I'm like, yeah, it's cool. But,
yeah, that game's fucking good, dude.
Yeah, I can't wait. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't want to play it again, like, right now, because, like, I just want to, like, give it, I don't know, like, 2, 3, 4 years, and then play it again.
That's what I can't wait, dude. This is what I'm most excited for, right? I can't wait until either, 6 years from now, 7, 8 years from now, I'm like, I want to play Red Dead 2. Kind of like I am right now with Red Dead 1. Like, I'm really itching to play it. Like, I can't wait for that. And I also can't wait for if someday, if I ever have a kid who plays games, to be like, hey, check
You're
this
gonna play this shit.
And I don't care what you say. I don't care that you've already played Grand Theft Auto 7. Check this out. So.
Yeah, I still have to go back and play Undead Nightmare.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good time. I can't wait for fucking any potential like DLC or anything we get for like a Red Dead 2 DLC or Red Dead 3. That'd be so good, like a prequel game or something.
Yeah, something like that. I'm also same idea. I'm excited to go back to fucking Cyberpunk at some point.
Yeah, when it's like not trash.
Well, because they've been cranking out updates like regularly, right? So it's been what, like 7 odd months now.
Yeah, it's actually back on the PlayStation Store at the moment, but it says in small font, not recommended on base PS4.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
So
the console players got the worst of the experience, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, unless you were running that shit on like a PS5, then it was literally unplayable.
Yeah, because it runs perfectly fine on PS5 and Series X. And even, I'd say 70% of the experience is good on like a PS4 Pro or a whatever they call it, the Xbox One X. But, dude, base? Oof.
And I have a launch PS4. That shit sucks, bro.
Yeah, it does. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm impressed that the PS4, can still play some of the games it does now, like Valhalla. But, man, that is some 2013 hardware.
Like Red Dead 2, that game chugs on a base PS4.
On base PS4, if you throw, or even like you said in Red Dead 1, if you throw a Molotov on the 360, how it chugs. Red Dead 2, it's
it chugs.
If you do anything with explosives or get into like a shootout, you're probably around 18 to 22 frames per second.
Oh, yeah. That was a big thing with, like... I didn't notice it as much in Red Dead 2, but in Red Dead 1, it was like, if I looked at fire, my game would drop to, like, 5 FPS.
I fucking love it. That's hysterical. Oh, man. But it's still, man, still such a good game. I can't wait someday to replay it. It's gonna be good. They, actually... you know what I have been playing quite a, not a lot, but quite a bit of, at least like 20 hours in the last week and a half or so.
I've been playing a small amount, a minute amount of this game.
A minute amount, a minuscule amount of State of Decay 2, baby. That game...
That shit's on Game Pass, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. That is my SnowRunner, Chris. I will not play the game for 3 months and then go back and put in 50 hours.
Yeah, that's how I am with SnowRunner, honestly. It's like, I never... It's like, I'm never done with the game. I can never be done with the game. I can only put it down for a while.
Exactly. It's like I get sidetracked. I get sidetracked by releases or whatever, and then I'm done with kind of like all the new stuff, and I'm like, I want something different. And I'm like looking through my games. I go to Game Pass, and I'm like, oh, I have State of Decay 2 installed, and I just hop on it, and I just kind of go to town for at least a week and a half. Like this last time, it was probably about a week and a half ago. I think it might have been honestly right after we recorded the last podcast 2 weeks ago. I was like trying to find something to play, and I went to the Xbox app on PC to check Game Pass, and I saw State of Decay 2 had a new logo, and I was like, that usually means there was an update. So I check, and there was the Blood Plague update, where the Blood Plague monsters in the game, like the virus or whatever, they changed the way the in-game systems work. So in the original game, you would just conquer outposts and buy them with like in-game currency or whatever. It's called Influence. But now, the new update actually means you have to clear out zones from zombies. So I was like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. So I just went in and started fucking killing everything. So good, dude.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Fucking love it. I can't wait until State of Decay 3, man. State of Decay 3 better be the best game I've ever played, because I have so much fucking hype for it.
Well, what happens if it's not?
I get big sad.
That's why I was like, damn, Cyberpunk better be really good, and then it was really disappointing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but I am excited to go back for it. Like, I'm not saying that because I hate the game, I'm just saying it's like I was upset with how little it worked.
Yeah, even on a high-end PC.
Yeah. That's true. I don't exactly have like a low-end PC.
No, do you have a fucking, what is it, Ryzen 7? And then
I have a Ryzen 9. I have a 3900X, and I have a 2080.
Yeah, super. That's not a fucking small end.
Yeah, it's no slouch. PC. It's like,
no,
not at all. Fucking good.
And it even ran, fairly okay on mine too, and I was like still disappointed. I'm like, I know I don't have a fucking crazy PC. I have a 2070 Super, but like, come on now, I can run Red Dead 2 pretty well.
Well, yeah, but once you put on fucking
DLSS,
that shit's like performance enhancing drugs for fucking Nvidia.
It literally is.
That's like it will double your frame rate.
Yeah, I was able to run it like high at like 70 frames with that shit.
Yeah.
I fucking... Oh, what was I gonna say? We were talking about, what were we just talking about before Cyberpunk? Another game? Oh, State of Decay 3.
Yeah.
If all they have to do at a minimum is match State of Decay 2. So I don't think, and I think I might have said this about another game, I forget what game it was, but if they can just match State of Decay 2, I'll be acceptable. I'll find it acceptable. But if they can supersede it, whatever the fucking phrase is, oh man, that's going to be the fucking best zombie game I've ever played in my life. Because State of Decay 2 has such a fucking solid foundation. It's just missing certain things that I want. Like more of a story focus. Like, it's a sandbox game, but State of Decay 1 was just like straight sandbox. Like, that's it. You just survive in a zombie world. State of Decay 2 gave you missions with these characters, but they were kind of like randomly generated in a way, but they all had similar themes. But man, if State of Decay 3 can nail just the story side of it, it'll easily be like one of my favorite zombie games ever, dude. Because the gameplay's so fun. So fucking
You know what
fun.
game I'm interested in seeing more from is, speaking of zombie games, is fucking Knockout City. Jesus Christ. I scrolled back by Knockout City on fucking Game Pass, and it entered my brain. Sorry.
That's a fun-ass game, though.
I've heard. Back 4 Blood.
Back 4 Blood. You want to know what's super exciting about that? That shit do be coming to Game Pass day one.
day one on Game Pass.
That's what they said at E3.
Fucking impressive.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is like Game Pass. That's like the only advantage that Microsoft has, I think, in the like gaming market.
Yeah, truthfully.
Because it's like no one's buying Xboxes really.
And even those who want to can't.
But like everyone, it seems like everyone who's getting a new console, it's like, oh, I bought a new console this year. Oh, what'd you get? Oh, I got a PS5.
Yeah.
Like the PS4 was like so ubiquitous, like universally good, that everyone's just buying a PS5.
Yeah. Well, because I have the standing at where I obviously have PC, but if I had to choose between Xbox, with their ecosystem, or Sony, as much as Game Pass is, awesome, you're never going to beat a fucking Uncharted or Days Gone or The Last of Us for me, or Spider-Man. Like, you're not going to beat that, so.
Well, but at the end of the day, too, is there's no point in getting an Xbox if you have Game Pass.
If you have PC to run it, or if you use Game Pass on mobile. But if
that's
you,
what I mean.
Just had to choose a console, I would say there's no point to the Xbox comparatively, even with Game Pass.
If you if you have a PC with Game Pass, there's literally no point in getting an Xbox.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because every first party game that's released, every Xbox exclusive is going to be available on Game Pass or Windows in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Like, very rarely is there a game that doesn't come to the PC version, and I'm kind of like, that sucks. But in general, dude, like, if you have PC, and that's kind of Microsoft's point at this point in time. They're not really trying to necessarily push the console. They want to push their ecosystem, such as their software, such as Game Pass. Because arguably, $10 a month for Game Pass, they're gonna, in the end, in 2 years, they're gonna get more money out of you than they did with the console. So,
that's true.
In general, 2 or 3 years. So, do with that as you may, I guess. And there's also a lot of people who have an Xbox and also have Game Pass, which I always thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point. And there's there's really not a huge incentive for Microsoft to sell Xboxes anymore.
Yeah.
Let me pause this. I just started installing something. Give me a second.
I did. I was installing the Lawn Dock before.
I started installing Skyrim Special Edition on fucking Game Pass.
That's funny. I was fucking...
Stop! Pause! Thank you! Okay.
I was fucking... We were talking about it, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to download the Lawn Dock. And I went
and the Lawn Dock is also on Game Pass, so I might just install it there.
Oh, yeah, check that out. I've made that a habit before I buy anything. I always check Game Pass now, because one time I bought a game...
I'm usually pretty good with that.
Yeah, I ended up buying a game the other day, and I immediately saw it was on Game Pass. I was like, shit, and went and refunded it.
I was like, fuck!
I was like, God.
Yeah, it's always upsetting.
Yeah, at least Steam lets you refund. At least it's not like Uplay. Like, if I bought a game on Uplay and that was on there, I'd be pissed. Because Uplay's like, hey, you clicked on the game, now you can no longer return it.
Well, here's the thing, is I get mad, too, when, like... when there's a game that I bought like a year ago, and I look at Game Pass when Game Pass like didn't even really exist. I look at Game Pass, I'm like, oh, this was on Game Pass. Damn it.
Yeah.
Especially with if it's a game like Dishonored 2, where I bought it like a year ago and I have not even launched it, and that's on Game Pass. Like, oh, I could have just waited.
Yeah, because you didn't even end up playing it yet.
Exactly.
Damn.
Hey, but whatever, man. It is what it is.
Speaking of fucking PlayStation and their exclusives, I am moments away, Chris, from creaming myself at the moment.
Oh.
Ghost of Tsushima, right? One of my absolute favorite PlayStation exclusives ever had a trailer yesterday for Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. And I was kind of like, really? This shit again, Director's Cut.
Oh yeah, I did hear about this.
Yeah.
Not a ton about it. I just heard that it does exist.
So I'm thinking to myself like, okay, they're following, Hideo Kojima game. What is it called? Death Stranding, where it's Death Stranding director's cut. I'm like, okay, whatever. I literally don't care. Then I read into it, I'm like, what is this director's cut? Primarily because I missed out on the steelbook for Ghost of Tsushima, so I was like, ooh, maybe I can get a steelbook for this version, and I'll have that for collection. Well, actually, there's DLC attached to it. The Iki Island expansion. And it's coming out August 20th. And it's an expansion for Ghost of Tsushima. I think you'll pay $15 if you own it on PS4 like I do to then get the expansion. Or you buy the director's cut, which is the full game with the expansion for like, I think $60, like a brand new game almost. And I'm like, hell yes. Dude, I'm so fucking excited. So goddamn excited at the moment.
Interesting.
So, yeah, just thought I'd share that for anyone who has played or plans on playing Ghost of Tsushima. It is a remarkable game. In some ways, it follows the tropes of a lot of other open world games, but it's also just creative enough to keep you interested in a lot of their mechanics. I hope eventually it comes to PC. So, I'm fucking hyped for that, though. I am fucking hype.
So
excited.
Man, I still have to play fucking Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, it's tough.
That shit seems like right up my alley too.
Yeah, and it is tough for you too because you have fucking a base PS4, right?
Yes, I do.
So that's the trickier part because I have the Last of Us 2 edition of the PS4 Pro, so like the game runs pretty well on there compared to base PS4 like everything else, where it's like locked at 30. Not locked at 30. At least on the Pro, it is locked at 30.
Well, here's the thing, is I decided, I was like, oh, I'm gonna push off all my PS4 games that I didn't get to play to, like, I'll push them off to, like, when I get a PS5, because a lot of stuff that I wanted to play on PS4 at the time was announced for PS5 as, like, a remaster or whatever. And now it's impossible to get a PS5, so that kind of went out the window.
Yeah, my plan is, so day one, when I get a PS5 eventually, my plan is to play The Last of Us 2, the Uncharted 4, not the whole series, but the fourth one, and Ghost of Tsushima again.
Damn, all in one day?
Day one I will start, but I don't think I will finish.
Which one are you going to start first?
Probably Uncharted 4, as it's the farthest out that I haven't played. So I've played all the other ones pretty recently. The last Uncharted 4 I haven't played since like 2016, or 2017, whenever it came out. So I was big into Uncharted 4 multiplayer, dude. I used to be fucking goated. I love Uncharted so much, but that'll be my first one, Uncharted 4, because that game still screams on PS4, dude. And on PS5, I can't imagine what it'll look like with like an unlocked frame rate. Oh man. Because I'm pretty sure it has an unlocked frame rate on next gen. So
I decided, like, for shits and giggles, to look at like Best Buy's website for PS5s.
Yeah.
PlayStation 5 console sold out. PlayStation 5 Digital Edition console sold out. Here's another one. PlayStation 5 console and PlayStation 5 DualSense controller sold out. There's another package, another bundle, sold out. Sony PS5 console with 3 games, sold out. Here's one with a pink controller, sold out. Here's one with 3 games, sold out. One with Ratchet and Clank, sold out. One with Spider-Man, sold out. One with fucking Cold War, sold out. One with Cyberpunk, sold out. One with 2K, sold out. Like, holy shit, dude.
Crazy,
everyone's buying these fucking things.
That's fucking crazy, dude. I, specifically as well, I can't fucking wait. The Guardians of the Galaxy game, I don't know if you saw that. I'm pretty hyped for that, to be honest.
I heard about a little bit about it, but not a ton. Like, I don't usually pay attention to that sort of business. Like, I just, like, it's not that I, like, hate the Marvel movies. It's just, like, I'm not a huge Marvel guy, you know?
Yeah. I'm pretty excited for that. Hey, I I did find a PS5 for you.
Oh, really?
Walmart.com. It's sold by TechMats, and it's only $1,187.
Yeah, I'm looking on eBay right now. PlayStation 5 Digital Edition. PlayStation Digital Edition 5 console in hand ship ASAP. This listing here is $700.
Hey, this one's actually alright. I'll be honest with you. This one is not that bad if it's not a scam, right? It's a PS5 digital edition. Oh, okay, it's digital, so it is not as good as I thought. But it's a PS5 digital edition plus a new controller for $800. I thought it was a base PS5 because if it was, that's $500 plus an $80 controller. So $580, you're paying about $200 extra. That's not horrible, but never mind. It's a digital edition. Should be
or here's for $700. Here's a PS5 disc. For $700 from China. And there's no actual picture of the console. It's just one of like the stock images, so I don't trust that for a second.
Yeah, there's a surprising amount of this shit on there that's just fucking stock images.
Yeah, honestly, it's like
a lot of people are posting like a photo of their name in the photo, so you know it's real.
Yeah, and then all like the real ones. Here's one: Sony PS5. Shipped same day, $1,000. PS5 disc, free overnight delivery, $1,100. Here's $900, $900, $850, $850.
What needs to happen is people need to not buy it, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing, is like, I actually, it's the same thing with graphics cards, where, Micro Center actually is now implementing it's a 1 per customer per 30 days policy with graphics cards.
Yeah, which is fucking
so
good.
You can only purchase a graphics card every 30 days at Micro Center now.
Yeah, which I like. It's about time some companies are doing, you know, certain things like
it's
this.
Like I feel like I feel like they should do that on all platforms, so like people actually have a chance to buy things.
Yeah, it's actually kind of sad that it's even taking this long.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing: is like there's the Bitcoin thing, sure, that's kind of falling down. There's the everyone wants them because it's like people are still kind of out of work. And also, there's a silicon shortage.
Yeah. Silicon shortage is the big one.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here's a RTX 3090. $3,292.
Ugh. Fucking crazy, dude.
Bruh.
Such... Ugh. Just makes me sick. Makes me fucking sick. So fucking stupid. Problem is, too, some people are buying them.
Well, yeah, and that's the problem.
Yeah. We need like, fucking Geralt to just start fucking killing people with scalp.
If everyone just stopped buying all the scalped graphics cards and consoles right now, every single person stopped buying them, there'd be no incentive.
Yeah.
So, therefore, the scalping issue would end.
Yeah. So, it's kind of like at a stalemate, honestly, at the moment. Because some people aren't buying, some people are. So, it's
or as
much
well,
at a stalemate.
Have manufacturers should actually have some stones, have some balls and say, listen, if you're going to sell our products, you need to implement a system where, like, you need a registered account, that's tied to like an identity in some way, and only one of our products can be purchased by this account every so often, like every 30 days, every 60 days, whatever's necessary. Because there's no reason you're going to need more than one PlayStation 5 within 30 days.
Yeah. There's literally no reason. If you're buying a fucking gift for 2 people, if you're buying 2 of them, then just buy it ahead of time.
Yeah, like, it sucks that you have to restrict it, because there is going to be cases like that where it's like, oh, I just want 2 of them. I want one for me and I need one as a gift. But, you know, it's I think that's the only way to really balance out the market at this point.
Yeah, aside from magically fixing the silicon shortage and magically making unlimited PS5s, that is really it.
Did you just materialize all the silicon.
Did you see there was actually a bill, I think, passed in the U.S. for like $54 billion maybe to try to fix the silicon shortage?
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see.
How are they going to pull that off?
Let me see.
Just throw money at it until they find silicon.
Yeah, right here. So, let me see. I want to see how much it was. The bill provides $52 billion for domestic semiconductor manufacturing, as well as a 30% boost in funding for the National Science Foundation, and $29 billion for a new science directorate to focus on applied sciences.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you're gonna like give that money to like silicon manufacturers or like manufacturers of semiconductors, but it's also not gonna make silicon just appear.
Yeah.
It's not gonna change the fact that it's a finite resource.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they plan on doing about that.
Yeah.
So basically, you know, no more silicon, no more computer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where do we usually get silicon from?
Probably the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know actually.
Interesting. Yeah, I know there's the silicon shortage.
Probably a silicon mine.
There's chip shortages with fucking, obviously the pandemic, and then silicon. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's so bad.
So it's crazy.
It's kind of scary in a way.
Yeah, especially with how deeply ingrained like all that shit is with society now. Is like if this exact problem happened, and like all of a sudden there's no more silicon. If this exact problem happened 40 years ago, it would be a non-issue really. Yeah.
That's true.
But now that it's happening now, it's like a huge thing.
Yeah. Fuck the pandemic, bro. All my homies hate the pandemic.
Yeah.
For that shit, man. For that. But regardless, you know, we may have a silicon shortage. Cyberpunk may still be broken, but CD Projekt Red's still doing things. Do you see what they're releasing? July 21st.
No, I didn't see this.
The Witcher Monster Slayer. It is a mobile augmented reality game. Like Pokemon Go.
Is it like a Pokemon Go kind of thing?
Yep. But for monster hunting.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Oh, it's probably something I'll actually try, because Pokemon Go didn't really, interest me too much. I played it a little bit, but...
No, I went hard in the paint on Pokemon Go for like... the first summer where it was like everyone started playing Pokemon Go in like 2016, and then I never played it after that. But I guess it's still pretty big.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Because like I know a bunch of people who still play it, which is weird.
Can't wait to see my electric bill this month. This should be like the first month with the actual dryer like here for a full month, and we have ACs the whole month too.
Oh, so you're gonna pay about $36,000 this month for power?
Probably. They're probably just gonna seize all my assets. They're not even gonna send me a bill.
They're not even gonna send you a bill. They're just going to like steal your cat and your girlfriend and you, and then sell you to pay off your debt.
Yeah, basically. Fucking. Yeah, I can't imagine how it's gonna be. But it shouldn't be that bad. I expect it. It's summertime.
It is what it is, I guess, as long as you can afford it.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's why I do prostitution on the side.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. Yes, sir. But,
So Witcher Monster Slayer.
Yeah, so it actually seems kind of cool. It's like an augmented reality monster hunting game. So
Yeah, that seems interesting enough. I'll take a look at it once it comes out.
So it comes out July 21st. I'm leaving for vacation the 23rd, but we do the podcast I think the following week or some shit. We should fucking we should make a video on it, IRL video.
Doing some monster slaying.
Since it's AR, we can go somewhere nondescript and try to record a video of like playing the game and seeing what it's like.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be kind of cool. But yeah. You got anything else? I know
I do.
You watched a movie. It appears. What
I did watch a movie. Now, Jordan, I don't want to give away too many details because I want to organize a watch party for this movie.
Okay.
So I watched a movie called Sorry to Bother You. And so it's like it's like kind of like a comedy, satire, surrealist type movie. There's a lot of like weird stuff in it, and it's always just a bit off the whole movie. But there is a twist in that movie, like towards the end, that is so fucking out of left field. I had to pause the movie and just like put my head in my hands for a few minutes. I was just yelling about this. It's not like it's frustrating, it's just so out of left field. I was like, what the fuck just happened? What did I just witness?
Yeah. It was just
so I would
shocking.
like to organize a watch party for this movie with a bunch of people just to like see their reaction to this twist.
That's something we'll have to fucking do then.
But if anyone's listening and you want to watch a good movie, or at least a wacky one, watch fucking Sorry to Bother You. It's on Hulu.
Sorry to bother you. Yeah, we should do something soon with that, a watch party. That would be fucking cool. See how the reaction. Was it a good movie aside from obviously the twist? But was it like a good movie?
It was interesting. It was like a sort of a commentary on like capitalism in a way, but also like kind of half-hearted.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. It wasn't like bad, but it wasn't like a masterpiece. It would have been a lot less impressive if that curveball at the end wasn't put in there.
Yeah.
So, take that as you will.
That sounds interesting. Yeah, we will definitely have to do a watch party. Maybe Alex, maybe some other boys, something. If not just us, you know. But that'll be fucking cool. Now, what's the deal with iPads? You are anti-Apple?
I want to complain. I want to complain because I'm becoming like a boomer.
Oh yeah.
Children with iPads. That shit just annoys me. I'm gonna be honest. Because there's like a lot of parents, right, that just give their kids like unrestricted access to the internet from like the time they're like 5 years old.
Yeah, I don't really care for that either.
And that really fucks with kids, dude. Like, I was kind of in the same boat, like, for, until I was, like, by the time I was, like, 8 or 9 years old, I had, like, pretty much unsupervised, unrestricted access to the internet. And that shit kind of fucked me up.
Yeah.
Because, like, you see a lot of things that you're not really prepared for. Like, the internet is, like, I think the last, like, it's a good thing, but it's just, like, everyone can use it, and there's a lot of, like, shit on the internet that you don't want kids to see, you know? Yeah. I'm not speaking, like, strictly just, like, porn, but there's, like, a lot of kind of shit that's just, like...
Well, political opinions...
Yeah, shit they're just gonna see that's, like, they're not ready to see and process because they don't have the mental facilities for it.
Or scary as well. There's also scary things, too.
Yeah. Scary shit. There's like gore you can very easily find.
I still fucking go on the internet sometimes and scare myself. Like, man, the world's gonna end.
I sometimes see. Here's the thing: is like I have the mental function to like wrap my head around things now, but like when you're 6, you can't really do that.
Yeah.
if you see a YouTube video that's like alien caught on camera, you're like, holy shit, there's aliens here. They're gonna kill me, and they're gonna kill everyone that I know. I'm not gonna sleep ever now.
Ever again, yeah.
Ever again. That's what happened to me when I was like 8. I watched a video about alien sightings, and that shit scared me so much that I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
I still have not slept because I'm scared of aliens.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you could see some, even like that. Remember that radio? I keep forgetting what it's called. Radio 54, was it?
Oh, dude, it's fucking Local 51.
Local 51. That fucking. Imagine seeing that when you're like.
Sorry.
12.
My fault. Local 58.
Local 58. Yeah. Imagine seeing that shit though at like the age of 10, 12, even younger. That would.
I get confused because then you were talking. I was talking about aliens, so my brain went, "Oh, Area 51."
Oh yeah.
So that's local 58. Which, if you want some scary shit, if you want to watch scary shit, Local 58 is a good one.
Oh yeah.
It's they haven't uploaded anything in a year now, but they consistently do upload.
Yeah. You, me, and Alex watched it with my girlfriend one time at night in Chris's backyard, and that shit was spooky. I couldn't imagine seeing that if I was younger.
It was pretty spooky, actually, yeah. Another one that is in the similar vein that I pulled up a video on, because I like to watch a video on something like this before I go in, because they're usually hard to understand, and I'm kind of an idiot. Another one in the same vein is Gemini Home Entertainment.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna end up watching that stuff probably today.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that's That's fucking.
But yeah, there's like scary shit on the internet, and that's why I was like a big bitch for a while.
Yeah.
So, and you just learn because kids also, big thing about kids. I don't know if you know any children, but they will just repeat shit that they hear.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and there's a lot of terms that are just thrown around, and a lot of concepts and phrases and words that are thrown around on the internet that, maybe you don't want your kid repeating,
Yeah. Yeah, things they shouldn't maybe be saying at school during their Zoom
Exactly.
meetings.
Exactly. But that being said, God forbid I ever have children. I don't want children. But if it ends up happening, I'm just actually gonna be involved with them as a parent rather than just sticking them in front of an iPad and having YouTubers raise them.
Yeah, I had a lecture I gave at my brother's house. So as I mentioned in a couple episodes, I've been hanging out with my brothers more often, D&D, all that stuff. And we were actually talking about that, and I was saying how it genuinely frustrates me when I'm like. I mean, maybe this isn't the worst of it, but I'll be grocery shopping, and you have this little kid in the little seat on the shopping cart, and the mom just hands over their iPhone, and I'm just like, what are you fucking doing?
It's I don't know, maybe stay engaged with your kid.
Yeah, or then I'll be at say a waiting room, and I get it. I understand that that's the easy way out. I understand that handing the phone and having them get distracted is the easy way out, but you hand the kid your phone, man. And it's just man, go outside, do something. I get it. You're tired. You have this kid. You probably didn't even fucking want them. I get it. But, come on now. That's just, in my opinion, it's just so bad. And it leads to the fucking TikTok cringe lords that we have nowadays.
I mean, yeah, and at least, there's very obviously, a lot of people where you go online. And you're you look at people and they just say things that are so fucking outlandish. You're like, oh, why do people care about this? Oh, because that's all they've ever known is they just live for internet drama and shit.
Yeah.
I saw a video recently. It was about some thing that was happening on TikTok. There was this guy that was stealing a bunch of content on TikTok, and the presenter firstly was the guy making the video goes, well, you've probably heard about this. It was a pretty big TikTok drama. I'm like, no, I have a fucking job. I don't have time to be involved in TikTok drama.
I have a job, and I avoid anything TikTok related at
I have a fucking job, bro. you know, it's just, I think, honestly, if you need to stick something in front of your kid to, like, just babysit them for a little while, give them something at least a little engaging. Give them, like a fucking, give them, like, a Switch or something.
Yeah, something that at least...
obviously, don't let them sit and play on the Switch all fucking day. But, like, if you're just like, oh, we're at the doctor's office or something, and you gotta wait for 20-odd minutes, just give them, like, a Switch or something. At least it's, like, curated content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let them play, like, Animal Crossing or some shit.
Curated content, and they're not just watching something, they're interacting with it. It's just like a toy, but it's virtual. And I'm not just saying
let them play, like, Pokemon
games,
for a few minutes.
Yeah. But, like, you're gonna get a lot more, mental stimulation out of fucking, like you said, Pokemon or Animal Crossing than you are out of some schmuck yelling on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Even if, like, it's like, oh, just here, you can play Minecraft for 20 minutes while we wait. It's, like, way more engaging.
Way more.
So, that being said, I just feel like we just need to, like, and I'm gonna sound like a boomer, because, like, I'm very, like, technology-oriented, because it's, like, the only real thing I've ever known. Is because it's, like, sometimes you don't really have an option, and I get that, but at least try to be somewhat engaged with your kids.
Yeah, honestly. Like, I hate the whole sticking the phone. I don't know. That always pisses me off.
Yeah, it seems to be, like, a very universal thing, like, with Gen Z. Because, like, that's how we were raised.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of us, like, we were just stuck in front of, like a computer, or, like, an iPad or something.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
and then they wonder why, you play video games
why
all
we're
day.
so fucked up.
Yeah. Right? Why we're all a bunch of fucking cringy edgelords.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
The technology in general, tablets and what have you, have ruined, like, an entire generation.
I would say so, yeah. Or you also get, if you're not getting, like, these little kids that are just, like, addicted to tablets or, like, learning from influencers, you're getting kids that are going into high school who have played on their parents' iPads and now have, like, an iPhone and are like, Apple gain, we have expensive phones, Apple gain. You get that shit.
Well, that's the thing, too, is they're not gaining any meaningful skills.
Yeah.
And again, this is, like, the most boomery rant I'll ever go on. But, like, yeah, it's like, at least, have them gain some kind of useful skill. If you gotta stick them in front of an iPad for a little bit, at least show them something educational, something interesting. I say they even like computers, and that's their thing. Show them some, like, IT shit. Get them into, like, something interesting, like networking or what have you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because something they can make money with. Because they'll end up in the same place I am, where I'm like, I have no fucking idea what I want to do for a living.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I don't know.
You're just kind of there, you're like, what shall happen?
Exactly. No.
Yeah. It's fucking...
On a lighter note, though.
Yeah.
On a lighter note, speaking of YouTube, I think I'm going to finally be making my a video tonight. I was gonna do it yesterday, and then I ended up sleeping off Chinese food sickness.
Well, that makes sense.
So I'm gonna do that tonight. Actually, I have some interesting stuff planned.
Yeah.
I have a lot of interesting things planned. Actually, it's just a matter of time to see, like, what I have the resources to actually go through with.
Yeah, well, that's the hardest part, is getting the execution and actually physically.
Yeah, like, originally I was trying to build a set piece, and that didn't really go as I planned. But I'm going to be trying to take a new angle. Or it's very much like a minimalist type set design. Where I want something that it will exude the energy of, like, I don't care. But obviously you're putting in the effort to show that you don't care, so clearly you do.
Yeah.
So, my original thought, which I still might go through with this, is just like a piece of fucking chipboard that I'll spray paint occasionally. But here's the thing though. Right now, getting anything made of wood is impossible.
Yeah, almost as impossible as getting a GPU.
Wood? Well, no, it's not that level. It's just fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Like a piece of chipboard now, like a 4x8 piece of like plywood or chipboard is like $60.
Yeah.
When a year ago it was 15.
Yeah, it's like quadruple the price.
So yeah, I ain't gonna spend $60 on a piece of fucking chipboard. There's no way, no how. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially for something that I'm gonna just like fuck around with and probably break. So.
Yeah, well that's good. That's
another idea was to put like a faux drywall like wall.
Yeah.
Put like sheetrock behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a lot easier to like obtain, number one, and a lot easier to do stuff with.
Yeah, you could like unironically punch it halfway through the video and your fist will roll through it.
Well, that's kind of my plan, is to have like this piece of like this like set piece that I like, it progressively gets worse over a certain amount of time, and then I just replace whatever is there.
Yeah, that's actually kind of funny. Yeah, you start off with like a basic painted piece of sheetrock and buy like 5 videos in it. Has like holes in it, has like ketchup stains on it.
Like I want to kind of go into more of like a character sort of direction rather than just like, oh, I'm just me with a camera. I just want to like be more of like a caricature.
Yeah.
If anything,
instead of just like Chris talking about PCs, you're just like this guy here.
Yeah, exactly. Because that shit's kind of boring. It's been done a million times, and like, I don't think a lot of people will like ham up their own personality, but it's like you don't see people really playing like a true characterized version of themselves, and doing things that are like completely out of nature for them, for what they're actually like. Think of like Eric Andre. Like, you watch the Eric Andre show and he's the fucking like the craziest goddamn person on the planet. But then you look at like Eric Andre outside of the show and he's just like a normal guy. He's like soft spoken. He like does normal things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very, very cut and dry kind of guy.
Yeah.
But then his character is like this fucking wacky.
His character is like this wacky fucking guy who destroys his desk and his entire set and everything like that.
Yeah, no, that could be cool for sure.
But, you know, like I said, I got a lot of ideas, but it's mostly just going to be like talking head type stuff where I talk about something. I would like to do more like car related stuff, but I'll see how that pans out. Just because getting any kind of vehicle is a pain in the fucking ass right now.
Yeah. Basically getting anything fun is a pain in the ass right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like getting... Yeah, fucking anything, honestly.
Ammo, guns.
Yeah, ammo, guns especially. I made the call to my local police station 2 fucking weeks ago to get on their waiting list. They still have not called me.
You guys have a fucking waiting list still? I thought that got canceled. I know...
No. Your town does not have a waiting list. We have a waiting list. I had to call dispatch to get on the waiting list. Or I had to call the business line to get on the waiting list so that they can call me to put me on another waiting list.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. I don't know if it like lagged out, but no, I'm saying you guys still have a waiting list because we did at one point. So when I went for my FID, there was over 1,000 people a week applying, and then I went in August of 2020, and by September or like late September, early October, the whole entire state went into a shutdown on applications, and then it finally just recently got lifted. But you guys are still on waiting lists in your town?
Still on waiting lists.
Oh my god!
It looks like it's probably gonna be around that time, September, October, before I even get my fucking FID. Yeah. Which I was hoping to have it by like late summer, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, honestly, if you're on a waiting list, right, that's not because your town necessarily. That's gonna be because of the I'll quote unquote call it the headquarters. I don't want to say the location, but where they actually finally approve it federally.
Like the state police?
No, so it's in... it goes from here, so it gets approved in your town or city, and then it goes up to... And then that's where federal approval comes in. Now, that's the long part. It made it out of like 10 days, and then it sat in for over 90. So that's the long part.
Oh. Yeah, that's the thing that I'm waiting on, because it's like... I know for a fact it's gonna, like, get out of one day. Because, like, no one fucking cares here.
Yeah.
So.
It's once you get up there, if there's a waiting list in your town still, and then it's gonna go up there, it's probably fucking either the same, like 90-day wait, or even longer, like 100, 150. That's crazy.
So it's probably... I'm probably not gonna see an FID for another, like, 3 or 4 months.
At least, I'd say at minimum, you're gonna not see it for 3 months. Because it took me that long just waiting out of the state. Out of our state. Or not out of our state, but out of my city, rather. It took 90 days out of here. So if it gets out of your area fast, it's going to be a minimum of another 90 days. That's fucking crazy, dude.
You know, it is what it is, though. Anything fun is like a pain in the ass to get right now.
Yeah, right now. Exactly. Anything fun. Specifically right now. Because getting it on a regular day 2 years ago, no issue. You just, you do your application, you're not a fucking scumbag, you get it. But now, man.
Yeah.
God damn.
You waltz in, you can get a gun, you just fucking waltz back out, Or, you want a project car? Cool. This $1,000 car is worth $1,000. Okay. Now this $1,000 car is selling for $5,000.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I just refuse to believe that this car that was worth no more than $1,500 2 years ago is now worth $6,000.
No, absolutely not. Fucking ridiculous.
So I don't know. Anything like you can get normal cars, sure, but not fun cars.
Yeah. Which
motorcycles too. Fucking impossible to get.
Oh, are they at the moment?
Oh, well, not impossible to get. They're just fucking expensive right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
more so than they should be.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to hang out. I have everything I need right now at this very moment. I would like a PS5 at some point, and I would like a new GPU. So I'm hoping within the next year I can maybe actually fucking get those.
Yeah, I'm just biding my time. And I keep my eye on like Facebook Marketplace and shit to like see if I can snatch up a good deal on like a car for like a project car.
Yeah.
But it's not going so well so far.
No, that's for sure. Definitely not. I don't know, man. I used to talk so much shit about my 2070 Super, but I hope I pray that it holds out for me.
Oh yeah, no, here's the thing is like having a GPU at this point, any GPU is like puts you at an advantage inherently.
Yeah. Like the fact that I have
like
this 2070, I'm fine with it.
This is the only time I think where it's like the only time ever where getting a PC like a gaming PC is an appreciating asset.
Yeah. Definitely. Or even like you said too, a car. Like if you had a car at the start of the pandemic, like that was lower value, that somehow jumped up to an appreciating asset instead of the usual depreciating where you fucking take it off the lot and in 10 minutes it's worth a quarter.
Yeah.
That's fucking
I mean,
crazy.
like, especially if you have like a Tacoma or something.
Yeah.
That's definitely like an appreciating asset. Like your Tacoma that was worth say you drove it off the lot in 2017, full price. You got like a lower spec one, so you paid like $30,000 for it. That truck is probably still worth $30,000.
Yeah. Now is definitely the time to sell if you have another vehicle available.
If you have a vehicle available and you're like, I just need some quick money, now's a great time to sell your car. Yeah. But don't do it if you only have one, because you're not fucking getting a new one.
No, you'll end up losing money in the end.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. But yeah. I think that's the majority of our topics. We went from really somber note to an uplifting note back to a somber note. So
Yeah, the world is just kind of a bit of a pain right now. But, it'll get better eventually.
I mean, ultimately, we don't have it as bad as some people, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
right.
My biggest complaint is like, oh, I can't find a decent project car. I can't get a gun.
Oh, I can't get a GPU. I can't eat.
I cannot afford to feed myself. And I'm glad that's not my problem, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather have my, like, shitty first world problems than shit like that.
Absolutely. So, for all those listening, keep that in mind. I sometimes do that too, where I have to keep in mind certain things. Like, I'll be complaining about something, and just in the back of my head, I'm like, well, I have to also consider just how fucking lucky I am. So,
yeah,
as much as things suck sometimes, you have a bad day, you have a bad week, you have a bad month, or in some cases, a bad year with COVID. There's a lot of worse people out there. So, keep that shit in mind, But, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it? We done? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
If you want to stay up to date with the Somber Misfire Podcast, if you want to follow us, if you want to, catch us on your favorite podcast app, you can do so via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, and my favorite podcast app as of now, Pocket Casts, all natively. Or if you have another app in mind, another media consumption tool, you can import our RSS feed, which is linked down below in the description or the notes of the podcast app, into your favorite app. Listen to us there whenever you want. If you want to contact us, maybe with some somber information, perhaps some comments, questions, concerns, or death threats, do so via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. And on YouTube, you can always leave a comment. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to delete my Discord account so you can never contact me again.
That's funny. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna blow up my PC now. Bye.
I'm gonna blow myself up.